respect to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, Buddhaya, and respect the end and general faith in the Dhamma, Upasuk, Upasika in Thailand and in the world. Today, my name is Prabharat Sarvitatipato, or Venerable Sarvitatipato Nama from today in Majula Buddhist University, India province. I'm really happy to see you all because today we have the news topic. We invite the Professor Venerable from airport and in Thailand to discuss about Sangitiyavamsa or Sangitiyavamsa. This we can say the Buddhist text very high by Sumdet Phra Vanarat of Wat Po or Wat Pratjetupon is the first Bali words the Ratana Kosin era. We have the professor to be teach at a long time, maybe 2 years ago. We discussed about how we can develop our university, Buddhist University in Taiwan. Today, he completed that books and research, Sangitiyavamsa or Sangitiyavamsa. And today, I hope you saw our activities in the world, not only in Bangkok, but also India or European or USA. You can join and comment the activities today. We have time 1.5 hours. The first, I would like to introduce the professor to join the activities today. Right now, I want to invite all of professor come to join our activities and introduce. Just a few minutes. Okay. First, I will open your all of microphone first, and the participant to join and share idea about the topic today. We invite professor from Bogota, Associate Professor Department of Buddhist Studies, University of Bogota, India. First thing, Professor, please introduce yourself first.
Most welcome. Very good evening, and to all the Sangha members. My name is Dr. Ujjwal Kumar, and I am Associate Professor at the University of Calcutta in the Department of Buddhist Studies. I am a student of Bali and did my graduation and master degree from Banaras Hindu University. Further, I did my master's in Buddhist Studies from the University of Hong Kong, and I did my PhD from Sangitiyavamsa Pune University, that is Pune University. And I started my academic career as an assistant professor from the Pune University itself in the Department of Bali. So this is my brief introduction about my journey, academic journey, academic yatra, I call it.
Okay, thank you very much for joining our activities in the evening or today. The next next professor would like to introduce most venerable Mahadal Siam from Konkan campus, our university. Please, venerable, introduce yourself first.
Okay, did you hear me? All of you hear me?
Journey, academic journey.
Please introduce yourself first.
Most memorable, very good evening, and to all the Sangha members. My name is Dr. Ujjwal Kumar, and I am Associate Professor at the University of Calcutta in the Department of Buddhist Studies. I am a student of Bali and did my graduation and master degree from Varanasi University. Further, I did my master's in Buddhist Studies from the University of Hong Kong, and I did my PhD from Sangitiyavamsa Pune University, that is Pune University. And I started my academic career as an assistant professor from the Pune University itself in the Department of Bali. So this is my brief introduction about my journey, academic journey, academic yatra, I call it.
Okay, thank you very much for joining our activities in the evening or today. The next professor would like to introduce most venerable Mahadal Siam from Konkan campus, our university. Please, venerable, introduce yourself first.
Okay, did you hear me? Did all of you hear me?
Yes, sure, please.
Okay. First, I would like to pay respect for the triple games, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, and venerable Prabhupada Saravit Assistant Professor. Thank you to you again to ask me to let me join in our program today. And venerable Pramaha Prayut and venerable Watana, and especially for the Dr. Ujjwal Kumar from Kolkata University. May I introduce yourselves? I am Pramaha Siamashira Panyo. I am the director of Konkan Sangha College, the branch of Mahajula Buddhist University. I'm great for my background study. I'm finished BA class from Mahajula Buddhist University. After that, I joined for the study in Sanskrit in Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, India. After that, I continued a doctor degree in Sampuranananda Sanskrit, Varanasi, India. So I'm graduate doctor from over there, Sanskrit University. So I'm very happy to join us for today for the Dr. Ujjwal Kumar. I'm very happy to participate in your program because I'm very surprised because Sangitiyavamsa is the chronicles for the Buddhism in Thailand. Start from the India, Sri Lanka, and Thai. So there are the confusion for the Buddhist Sangiti, Buddhist synods. We can say that because there are different idea. In India, they call for the Buddhist synod is different. In Sri Lanka, in Thai also. There is the great influence for the counting of the Sangiti in Thailand because the Thai Sangha and the Thai scholar they believe they are the nice Sangiti in Buddhism. They believe like that due to the Sangitiyavamsa. This is historical. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for your introduce yourself. Venerable Pramahagasiam. He is expert lecturer in Buddhism. He a lecturer and researcher so many topics. For example, the books, Buddhist in Laos, history of Buddhism in India, unseen Buddhist site in India, Samana on Buddhist, many topics, paper present in international conference, especially about Salanat, Kusinara, Udakaya is he know very well about this place, only Buddhist place. So thank you very much for your introduce and for your joy our activities today. The next Pramahawatana from Bali Buddha Court campus, our university. Please introduce your first a little bit.
ให้พูดอะไรนะ
แนะนำตัวเองสักนิดหนึ่งครับ
My name is Pramahawatana Panyatipo. I am a lecturer in จุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัยวิทยาเขตบาลีศึกษาพุทธโคตรนครปฐม I graduate PhD andจำศัพท์ไม่ได้นะครับก็ little
Never mind. So thank you. We have to share the context, the concept of today activities. Usually, Pramahawatana is very expert about Tripitaka, field of experience Buddhist study from our university and Bali High Ed of Education of the Sangha, Thailand. Bachelor of Arts in Bali Buddhism, Master of Arts, Master MA Buddhist study from our university, and Doctor of Philosophy, PhD Buddhist study in our university. He is expert about Buddhist text and teach the subject of Bali language psychology in Tripitaka, also a comparative study of Bali and Sanskrit grammar, psychology for Master of Vipassana meditation. Which is very expert. The next variable from our university, the director, Central Library Division. Please, Prama Prayut Puri Panjo, please introduce yourself first. Open your microphone.
Okay, thank you very much for information from Ajahn Prapalasaroi Panjo. My name is Pramaha Prayut Puri Panjo. Director of the Central Library Division, Mahachulalongkorn Rajavidyalaya University. I am very happy to join in the activity. I come to join to learn about the history of Sangkiti in Buddhism as a listener. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you very much all of you to join our topics today, because today very important for discuss about the Buddhist text from professor from India, Kolkata University. Professor, today may I invite your presence, your paper or your topic, then we have to discuss about some professor, some lecturer. He want to know what is the meaning of Sangitiyavamsa, what is the background of and significance of the Sangita, and why we want to study Buddhist text, and how to learn also, and anything if you want to share idea about Buddhist text today, please.
Yes, Venerable. I would like to, Venerable, start my talk with a small PowerPoint. I have already shared with you. Can you share that PowerPoint?
Yes, sure. I will get.
Yeah, yes, Venerable. So we go with this PowerPoint, and I will follow my slides. And, yeah, it would be easy to introduce you this text, though I am really very afraid to speak in front of this great scholars, Thai Pandits, traditional, Thai scholars in front of you. I am a non-Thai speaking, non-Thai person introducing you the text. Actually, this is not introduction of the text to you, but generally a very usual information about the text, which I have gathered in due course of my editing of the text. Before that, I must say to you that I was not familiar with the text before 2016. In the year 2016, my teacher, most respected Professor Bhamendra Kumar from DHU, he introduced me this text, that such type of text is lying down in Thailand, and he was interested to edit the text. And he handed over me the first draft of the Roman edition of this text. And then I started working on this text, and I took approx more than 4-5 years to complete my work. And what I did in this edition, that I just used one printed edition of Sangitiyavamsa of 1923, and I just tried to locate the source of the text, that where from the author has written on this text. And side by side, I have introduced one introduction of the text, and about the author, about the content, etc. So today I will speak here about the text itself, and the role of Sangitiyavamsakara, most venerable Vimal Dhamma, and how he introduced this text and why he wrote this text. And as you have mentioned that the importance of this text in Thai culture, and especially for the student of Pali. So let us start. First, I would like to start with the word once. And I'm not going to read the exact slide which is here. Maybe the listener or the person can read this theme very easily. But I would like to just highlight something which is not written down here about this. Once first, I would like to say things like that. This is a very unique literature in Pali that is introduced in the history of Pali language and literature outside India. And as we know that this Vansa literature started in Sri Lanka from the Deepavansa to Mahavansa. And this is, I call it always that this is through non-Indian contribution to the Indian literature, to the Pali literature in general. And usually, a student of Pali believes that the Vansa literature is only confined with the history of Sri Lanka, especially from Deepavansa, Mahavansa, and some more Vansa literature like Chulvansa, Mahabodhivansa, Thupvansa, etc. But we know that the lineage of the Vansa literature also crossed the boundary of India and Sri Lanka and reached to Myanmar. And we have some Vansa literature of connected with the Myanmar, like the Gandha Vansa, the text, the history of the text, and the Sasana Vansa. Similarly, in the history of Pali literature, very rarely you will find the contribution made by the Thai scholars, and especially with the connection of this Vansa literature. I am talking here about this Sangitiyavamsa and Mahahittikara Vansa, etc. And this literature, we know that this text, at least written by most venerable Vibal Dhamma. But in the history of Pali literature, modern Pali literature, I mean, written by some Western scholars, and also we have some Indian texts. These texts are not attested. Even if we look the Sri Lankan writing of Pali literature or the Burmese writing of Pali literature, these texts are not noticed. And this is very unfortunate that the Pali literature is confined, so to say, Sri Lanka-based Pali literature. I mean, in India, what we learn Pali literature is mostly from the Sri Lankan-based Pali literature. The way the Pali literature we received in modern period is that the Sri Lankan text edited into Roma, published from London, and then we draw our material from the London. And in this way, the Pali literature in India especially is focused mainly on Sri Lanka. Later on, somehow, we also focused on the Pali literature of Myanmar. But the Pali literature of Thailand and the Pali literature of Cambodia, Laos, etc. is almost ignored in the history or in the university system or the learning system of Pali literature in India. So I was very happy when my teacher, Professor William Kumar, suggested me to work with him and to suggest to edit the text. And then I inclined myself. I started learning about the Pali literature of Thailand, and then I came to know about this Vansa literature, the Sangitiyavamsa. As I mentioned that this text, as we all know, that written by Vibal Dhamma, popularly known by his confirmed title, Somdat Fra Van Ratna. Please excuse me for my Thai pronunciation, might be wrong. And he wrote this text in 1789 to commemorate the Thai Buddhist Council of 1788 and to provide legitimacy to the kingship of Ramadan. His original name was maybe the pronunciation is Chi or Ki, the Thai pronunciation. And at the time of writing of the Sangitiyavamsa, Somdat Fra Van Ratna was known by his confirmed title, Fra Pimonolo. In modern academic writings, this work is also known as Sangitiyavamsa. However, the author of the text, Vimal Dhamma, has used only the term Sangitiyavamsa, and this word Sangitiyavamsa is not the wrong rendering of the word Sangitiyavamsa. The Sangitiyavamsa is also grammatically correct, and what the Vimal Dhamma has used to call his text, it would be better if you call this text as Sangitiyavamsa rather than to call it Sangitiyavamsa. The reason behind writing the scripture, I mean this text, and the motives of the author are yet to be known. We don't know why he has written this text. But a scholar like a Thai scholar, Pong Sri Pin, he opines that the Sangitiyavamsa was conceived as a Buddhist universal history. and perhaps its writer may have seen himself making the same contribution to the reason and the new king's legitimacy as Fra Ratn Panya, the great Chiang Mai historian and the author of Chinkal Mali, did for the establishment of the Sinhalese sect at Chiang Mai and King Tilora Kota's legitimacy in the 15th century. So this text was, we may say that is written down to the same tradition of the Chinkal Mali to legitimize the kingship. Let us come about a little bit discussion about this author, our author, the Bimal Dhamma. The author of the Sangitiyavamsa, Bimal Dhamma, was born in 1734. We have information that he was born in Tuesday, 9th waxing day of the 3rd lunar month in the year of Tiger. He was a native of Ayutthaya when King Brahmkot was the throne.
So, excuse me for sir. Excuse me.
Yes, Manoj. There is no slide.
Not working.
Oh, slide is not working. Not working. Yes,
Okay. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Right? Why not working?
Now, okay.
Now it's okay. Please continue.
No, slide is moving there.
It's working. It's working.
Okay. Yeah, it's working. Yeah.
Okay.
So this Bimal Dhamma, actually it's slow, I think. The author of Sangitiyavamsa was just a minute, it will work. Was born in 1734, Tuesday, the 9th waxing day of the 3rd lunar month in the year of Tiger, and he was a native of Ayutthaya when King Brahmkot was on the throne. The author was ordained as a Buddhist in his childhood and later became a monk.